Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Cannot play with them, cannot win with them, cannot coach with them, can't do it. I want winners.
Hello? You play to win the game.
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh, I got you.
Mountain of no rage, no pride. Mounting up, feel the wild collide. Word like gravel, spin and scrape. Truth or lies all take shape. The wreck is rolling off the rail. Life a crime, no fairy tale. Climb aboard or step aside. Smoking sparks light the tide. Mountain up high, grass past your eye. Train wreck chaos, we won't hide. Mountain up, no rage, no pride. Mountain up, feel the wild collide. Mountain up, feel the wild collide. Words like gravel, spit and scrape. Truth or lies all take shape. The wreck is rolling off the rail. Laugh or cry, no fairy tale. Climb aboard or step aside. Smoking sparks light the tide. Oh, oh. Mountain up high, grass past your eye. Train wreck chaos, we won't hide. Mountain up, no rage, no pride. Mountain up, feel the wild collide. Mountain up, feel the wild collide. On the edge, no safety net. Cracked mirrors, the game is set. Well, don't stop, no breaks, no plan. Just a posse and the promised land. Mountain up high.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. Who is that?
Let's bring it into the studio and say that again.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Let's see, could you be talking about, I don't know, would it be a coach? Maybe in the SEC.
Maybe in this state that we're in right now.
So you're saying that a coach from Georgia in this state we're in, which is Georgia,
And in the SEC.
and in the SEC is a liar,
Pants on fire. Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So did you see the game?
I
'Cause
watched
seen
it.
the game.
I absolutely watched
I've
it.
seen him do this with my own 2 eyes, and I'll even up that with my own 4 eyes.
Yeah.
I seen it, and I thought, and then he says he didn't do it.
That's the problem I have. It's the ref's job. He knows what he saw, and I feel like he was calling timeout. Now, Georgia fans, he was saying they're clapping. Well, it looks...
So this means they're clapping.
Yeah.
How did that happen? When did that become? Is that the new emotion?
That's what we're going to start doing in church. Woo, that's how we're going to do it in church.
I guess.
Anybody defending Kirby, and I've put this on Facebook. Look, the fumble, entirely too close call. I thought it crossed the goal line before he lost possession, but
He did.
the problem with that call was the ref had no clue where the football was.
Yeah.
Somebody should have had a touchdown. See, I'm going to take up for Georgia right here. Somebody should have had a touchdown, whether it be Auburn or Georgia, because nobody knew where the football was till the dude was at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
So they didn't call fumble till well after the whistle was blown.
Yeah.
The biggest issue I have, and any Georgia fan that wants to argue with me about this, please.
Oh, the chats will be live. Go keep going.
Get involved.
Yeah. Let me pull this up.
The targeting call, where Gunnar Stockton, they call timeout to make, they stopped the play to make sure that his feet were in bounds for the catch, which they were. There was no argument with that. But then Gunnar Stockton jumps up in the air to make the throw, and the dude has his head to the side. Now, did their helmets hit? Sure they did. That's not all that has to happen for it to be targeting, because if it was just helmet contact, you wouldn't have linemen after the first play because they hit helmets every single play.
Yeah.
And I promise you, Georgia fans are like, oh, it was targeting. No, it wasn't. It was not. And if anybody from Georgia got hit with a targeting call and tossed out of a game on that play, you would be losing your mind. It wasn't targeting. And I don't like Auburn, and I don't like Georgia, so I didn't really care who won the game. And I also see Georgia fans saying, okay, well, you can have the touchdown. Georgia won 20-17. If you think that game would have went the same way had Auburn went up 17-0, and momentum changed when they didn't get the touchdown. Georgia goes down, kicks field goal, which had more penalty yards on that drive than they did actual yards to kick the field goal before halftime.
Well, let's go back to the fumble just for a second. Does it change the trajectory of the game at that point?
If they give Auburn the touchdown, yeah.
Okay.
They're 17-0 right before halftime.
Exactly. I seen it cross it. Now, here was, and Booger McFarland was going ballistic at halftime when he was showing the line and saying all it has to do.
The very point of the ball has to cover the front of the. Yes.
And it was over about that far. No, nobody said. Even instant replay zoomed in, and you can plainly see.
I felt like it. Yes, I felt like it was.
I thought.
Now in live action, zero chance you could figure it out.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
I get that.
But we're at the technology that we have that we can zoom in. If people at home can see the football,
sure.
Why can't the officials?
These replay officials are out of their mind. They've been so many go to replay, and they still don't get it right.
No, still don't. They're crackheads. I guess there's very low. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of place by saying that, but I don't. How do people at home can see it? Even Booger McFarland, who wasn't at the game, seen it. But the officials in the replay booth who have the little Xbox controller can zoom in and go, I think we see the tip of the ball. No, maybe they need to spray paint the balls bright orange. I don't know. Just saying.
I don't know what they need to do, but they can't keep missing replay calls.
Just so everybody at home knows, this is now called clapping.
Moving forward, we're going to clap like this.
Okay. Golf clap.
That's not even a golf clap.
Yeah. Silent clap.
I can't hear. Yeah, exactly. Silent clap.
Silent clap. All right, Kirby Smart just made that famous. Folks, we encourage you.
He's a liar.
He's a big time liar.
I don't know how anybody, when he goes in recruit, look, I know what you saw, I know what I said, but trust me.
Trust me.
He's a used car salesman.
Yeah. Trust me, not your lying eyes. Trust my mouth to say.
Absolutely. As a parent,
not calling time
you've
out.
got to take that into account. And look, I get it. He puts defensive players in the NFL. I understand that.
So they're saying that we would have no football without Kirby Smart?
Do what?
Are they saying we would have no football without Kirby Smart?
No,
Is he that important that we just give him the
No, I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying some parents won't care. But I do think he hurt his image in other parents' eyes.
Here's the thing. Do you think every Georgia fan out there says, we're going to turn a blind eye too because we don't.
Well, I don't know.
You're not going to lose the game, but at least come out and say, "Yeah, we messed up on." I'm a big Tennessee fan. You're right. But if we mess up, I'm the first to say, "Yeah, we lost. We messed up."
I've seen
I don't blame losses on the officials.
For context, I've seen a lot of Georgia fans say, "Certainly looked like a timeout to me."
Yeah.
Now I've seen a few say, "Listen to what Kirby had to say." Okay. Well, if you're going to go down that road, listen to what anybody had to say.
That's right.
We're Nazis.
Listen to Butch Jones.
We're Nazis, right? Because that's what the Democrats say.
Oh, that's what they say.
Listen to what they say.
Listen to what they say. Not what they do.
No.
And
not what you see.
Right now,
not what you see and not what they do.
Last week, just right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now is what I meant, not yesterday.
Yeah.
I said the same thing opposite yesterday, but today's really
today. Yeah. You got to believe me.
That's it. And we look at that, and it was rather frustrating because do you feel, it's a hypothetical question, and do you feel that Georgia gets a lot of calls?
Well, I can say this. It looks like Auburn doesn't get any calls because the fumble against Oklahoma, the fumble scoop and scored that got wiped off the board. Looks like Auburn gets railroaded on calls.
Yeah.
Now, Hugh Freeze is very easy to unlike, and I don't know what he says to the referees during the game to get them. But sure, but all Ohio State gets calls. Your bigger schools, Duke in basketball, Florida probably in basketball, you're going to get calls because of who you are. So the 50-50s, you know, that's the way it goes. That's part of being really successful.
What bothers me about that whole thing is you have paid officials that are supposed to be biased, regardless
unbiased.
Unbiased.
You definitely don't want them biased.
Yeah, exactly. Unbiased. My bad. And yet you're paying these officials to be unbiased, and yet you see teams in sports, Kansas City Chiefs, when Brady.
Well,
you name all these big. Brady would get calls. He would ask for a flag, and they would throw it.
Now I'll say this,
and not even see the play,
and defend the refs of all sports to a degree.
They're human,
We know because hierarchy and refs of NBA, college basketball, college football, NFL come out and said it. They have weekly meetings. I think it's almost subliminal. They plant these certain things in the ref's mind. I remember a few years ago, a ref come out and said, they told us to focus on holding this week. Well, guess what? There was more holding calls that week. It's subconscious.
Yeah.
You're seeing the same thing you saw last week, but you're really focused on it, so you're going to call it. I don't want to sit here, and I'm not going to pretend like that referees haven't been bought in the past, but I like to think overall refs try to do the right thing, try to call it down the middle. But subconsciously, certain things, if it's a 50-50 ball and you're ranked number 1 and I'm 0-6, you're probably getting the call.
Yeah, that's just it. And I can be bribed. I don't know about you. Can you? I mean, if somebody if a coach came up at halftime and said, "Look, I'm gonna buy you 2 Happy Meals," you call it a touchdown.
Well, you're cheap.
30-yard line, touchdown, baby.
Now,
getting that McDonald's.
I rarely say anything about the refs. I'm not saying I'm gonna say I never do.
Right.
But I rarely, because I've coached and I've umpired. It's not an easy job, and you're losing more and more officials because the fans suck. Yeah. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Fans in general are horrible people. They think they can say and do things to these people that are just out there trying to do their job.
Right.
So they don't want to be involved anymore. Look, I'm not. My life's not getting threatened. My family's not getting threatened because I didn't call the hold that you thought I should have called.
Right.
So I understand refs' jobs are really hard. So I try not to say a lot. But it certainly looked like those refs in the Auburn-Georgia game were trying to keep Georgia in the game.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Now, that said, at halftime, if you're a good team and you're a good coach, everybody has adversity. They come out and played like they were garbage the second half. Yeah. Auburn did.
Randall is calling in live.
All right. Let's get him on board.
Hold on. Well, Randall hung up. I guess Randall realized he's got to do the other call. So let me get our shot ready. Because he may be calling in. I tell you what, we're going to run away to commercial break.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Do that.
And then during that break, I'm going to call Randall all the way from Hollywood. And as he's traveling, he may not be back. We'll wait. When he goes to call in, we'll get him fired. You want to text him and see? I think he might have just sent in a text. But we got to get the word out that we are live right now because all these viewers are missing this conversation because this is a hot topic. This topic's going to the top, baby. This is going to trend. That Kirby Smart is a what?
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You heard it here. I mean, that's an original right there. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Mr. Kirby Smart.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
It is.
And
It's the truth.
And it applies.
Yeah, or you could say, if you don't fix that, if you don't change it, you could be going to hell with gasoline drawers on. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back as Randall's calling in right after this.
There it is.
Static hum doesn't screech. Mike's hot air fit to breach. Voices crackle like firelight. Below when the boys taking flight. Mounting up high, glass bossy ride. Train wreck chaos, we won't hide. Mounting up, no raise, no pride. I live my own life in a new galaxy.
Hey guys, Dave here at Battlefield Outdoors in Fort Oglethorpe. One of the largest selections of disc golf, if not the largest selection of disc golf disc and accessories that are available in the Chattanooga area. Come on down and check us out. Excited for 2025.
Live my own life in a new galaxy.
Whistling bunghole, yeah.
And we are back -1. So half the posse is in the house. Mr. Randall Cunningham, all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee, by way of Hickson.
3/4. There's 3 of the 4 are here.
So 3 of the 4 horsemen are here.
Correct.
So he's who of the horsemen? Because I'm Flair. Well, we all know I'm Flair, right? I mean, come on. Well, I all know you're double A. You're the enforcer.
I think you're Ole.
I think I'm.
He's Lex Luger.
Randall's Luger. Then
I'm
he's
Tully.
Tully. So BB is Tully.
Yeah.
Not Luger, Wendell.
Wendell, I like
Wendell
that.
horseman greater than Luger horseman.
I agree.
Wyndham was a great talker, though.
Wendell was the man. Wendell was the Widowmaker.
Luger said a lot, but it didn't always.
Make a lot of sense.
All right, so we are without Tully Blanchard.
Which is accurate because Tully Blanchard didn't say a lot.
That's right, and he really was kind of different, wasn't he?
Yes.
And that describes BB pretty
How
good.
about Magnum TA is married to his ex-wife?
I didn't know that.
And I saw an interview where the reporter actually said, "So, Magnum TA and your ex-wife, how'd that come about?" And you could tell he's like, "You're actually asking me this?"
It's pretty accurate.
Now hold on, let me get this right. Magnum TA is married to Tully's ex-wife.
Yeah.
He's Magnum TA is Tessa Blanchard's stepdad.
Oh, interesting.
Correct. All right, so that's your wrestling report. Randall, we
Hold on. Tell him what you opened up the show.
That's what
with.
I was about to tell him.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
We have
Hold on, just
announced.
say it.
We announced to the world, liar, liar, pants on fire.
Who is it?
Who would we be talking about?
Boy, that brings up a lot of people.
It shouldn't. It should bring up one head coach from the state of Georgia in the SEC.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're silent clapping.
Thank you.
You're silent clapping.
You're silent clapping right now.
Well, let's all give him a silent clap. There we go.
That man lied so bad when he said he was calling timeout.
What a maroon.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why BB's not here. Because BB don't
He,
want to face this.
he don't need, he don't want to face the music. He'll think we're gaslighting him, which we're not. We're just stating facts.
Yeah. I mean, when did gaslight come a word?
You're right. I shouldn't even, I rarely use that.
I can't believe you said that. I mean, that's almost woke.
What's what the kids say?
Yeah, true. Gaslight. What do you mean? I know a red light. Mm-hmm. What is it? Oh,
my gas light comes on in the car sometimes.
Hey, I gotta ask one question though. Was the football over the goal line when the Auburn kid fumbled or behind it?
I felt like
it was a touchdown.
I felt like it was a touchdown.
I
was listening to the Georgia broadcast on XM, and all I had is their reference. I thought he fumbled it 5 minutes before he went over.
Oh,
then
no.
I watched it on ESPN. I'm like, I don't know how you make that call.
Well, you can't make that call live for sure.
No.
They didn't even know where the football was because they had. And I said this earlier in the show too. Somebody should have been given a touchdown on that play, whether it be Auburn or Georgia.
Yeah.
But the refs had no clue where the ball was. It was at the 50-yard line before they actually called it a fumble and already blown everything dead.
Hey, and if Auburn goes up 17 right there.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen Georgia fans all week. Okay, we'll give you a touchdown, 20-17. No, that's not how it works.
No, it's not.
You're up 17-0 right before half. They still got Omo on their side.
Yeah, Omo was living large with Auburn at that point.
Yep.
Randall, how are we looking on River City Media? Have you made the link yet?
Yeah, I've got us up on. I'll check them real fast. We're up on Marion Messenger too, which has 13,000 followers.
Hey there, Southeast Tennessee.
Marion County, welcome aboard.
Yes, love you, mean it.
We're good, but you have to click twice, folks.
Click
Get
twice.
there. You have to click the Facebook link, and then you have to go to click the YouTube link.
Did you put that in the post? Double click.
No, I didn't, but I can.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you'll do that for us, that'll help get our numbers up and our ratings up. And I did set up a Rumble platform. We possibly could take the show to Rumble. I don't know how we're going to pull that off yet, but Rumble is a good platform for what we're doing as well. So
tell your friends
and your family that
everybody
Kirby Smart
in.
is
We
on
have a
our
good
Liar
time.
Pants on Fire.
And you'll get some educational information.
Maybe some. I mean, I think there's very little, but there's still some.
There's still some.
Yeah, I mean, it might be on a 4th grade education level, but there's still some.
Well, and for those that don't pay attention to this or that, we may say something. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
That's true.
Like
Kirby Smart.
Don Mattingly's from Evansville, Indiana. People may not know that.
They didn't know
They
that.
know who Don Mattingly is.
Guess what they know now?
They know that is clapping.
Silently.
I got to clap.
Yeah.
I mean, this is clapping.
Silently clap.
Silent clap. This
That's
is
it.
church clapping.
It's church
People,
clapping. Yeah.
when the pastor really rolls something out there, give it to him. Let him see it. Let him know. We love you.
Yes, that's how you do it. So just so y'all know that's what that is.
Kirby was teaching.
He was teaching. A teaching moment.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that we haven't had any Georgia fans. Where's your Georgia fan buddy that always keep Keith? Where's he at?
I don't know. Let me see.
I want to ask him what he thinks about it.
He knows he called a timeout.
He could call your cell phone and you put him on speaker, and we can have him live on the air to hear a Georgia fan.
He might be out of town though. I know his wife had taken this week off. He said I think they were going somewhere.
Okay. Well, we'll let it
So
slide.
he's probably on the beach, rolled up like a beached whale.
I mean, I would be too. I mean,
Yeah,
if I could go,
but yeah,
but I can't go.
I can't.
I wished I could go, but I can't go.
I can't.
My habits and hobbies prevent my travel to Florida. Football priority, baseball priority. Yeah. Forget Florida.
We all need to take a trip to Florida. Would we
Gainesville.
survive? Would we survive? No.
Yeah.
To the beach. Would we survive?
Well, if we're going to take a trip to the beach, let's go to Gulf Shores.
Yes.
It's a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
Even though it's Alabama,
True.
still more relaxed.
Well, that's because they have it.
Unless
covered.
you want to go to the Atlantic, then we can go to Daytona or something.
Yeah. I didn't miss nothing daytime.
Jacksonville's a cool town. It really
Hey.
is.
I'm going to go Gulf Shores over anything Atlantic.
I am too.
I like me some Gulf Shores.
Yeah, well, I mean, y'all do strike me as a redneck Riviera kind of guys.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we did. The family went 2 years ago. No, maybe it's last year. And we actually, BB went with us. We actually went, our whole family went and went in together and got a penthouse right on the beach at Gulf Shores. How we pulled that deal off, I don't know. Hunter found it, and we jumped on it. It's walls of glass on the 26th floor, overlooking everything. And I'll tell you one thing, and I got a lot of video of it, and you could go out on the balcony and see the ocean and the sunrise from where Cape Canaveral and all that is was coming up that way to your left. But the sunset on our bedroom balcony, oh, breathtaking. It was amazing. And then, but I'll tell you what's really cool, being 26 floors up, you can actually see the sharks swimming in the water while people are standing there, have no clue they're around them.
I'm afraid I'm not a
We've
big
seen
fan
that.
of heights. I don't know that the 26th floor would have been good for me.
It was actually safe. I was concerned because you look at the picture, you go, oh my gosh, it's so far up. But it was really safe. Rails were really high.
Well, it was safe till it wasn't.
Well, nobody was leaning over and tempting fate, but it was like...
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about if something bad happens.
I tell you what it did, so me and Barnett seen this, and we could have sworn we seen a UFO, and we watched it dance around and then take off, and we looked at each other and said, did we really just see that? And we were still wondering to this day what we seen. Well, come to find out, it could have been one of those birds that you see at night and just it needs a little bit of light and it kind of lightens it. But yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
But possible. Might not. It was a UFO to me. I didn't know it was a bird. I didn't identify.
What's
it.
unidentified?
That's exactly what it is. So we seen UFOs. We also did a $50 fishing challenge. Went to Walmart, okay, got our 7-day permit, and got two $10 each spinning fishing reels. Got some tackle, a little bit of tackle, and went to the frozen food and got some frozen shrimp. Went to the same place we were swimming at in the beach. Same place. Threw the rod out there, and we caught about 55 fish. Boom, boom, boom. Whiting and all. Could have cooked them up. And we had one lady that did not like that. One lady whose husband is a fisherman, she says. He's a guide. And she didn't like the fact that we were fishing in where she was relaxing. Even though it's no different. And if I was standing here and she was there and I peed in the water, let's just say, she wouldn't gripe about that. But because I had a fishing rod in my hand, she griped.
Well,
and so when
the name of the beach is whatever that lady's name is,
well, exactly.
she can say something.
She began to harass us and was being a Karen. And she would go, excuse me, sir. One of your fish is dead. It's right here. And she would stand next to it, and as it floated, she would walk and keep yelling, it's right here. It's right here. And I was like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah, you can have it. I said, if you
All
want it,
yours.
you can have it. So I said, she didn't like that.
I caught that one for you.
I did. I was like,
Fun.
won't you give that to your husband who's so good about fisherman? Yeah, he ain't out here catching none. But anyway, I didn't say that. I could have, but I didn't. No.
I digress.
Anyway, Randall,
Yes,
how
sir.
we looking?
We're good. Just I've got us updated.
All right.
Double click.
Double clickers. All right, now
So,
go ahead. We're we didn't do our cover 2, the fastest 5 minutes in podcast history.
because it's not fast.
But that's why we call it the fastest 5 minutes, because it's not.
Oh, you're trying to be ironic.
Or yeah.
Yeah, that's like me at a buffet. It ain't fast.
No. I seriously would like to go into a buffet with a roll around chair and just see if I get ran out. I knew a guy, and I know him. He's still alive, and he still comes around. You remember when Ryan's was in East Ridge and it
Sure.
turned into a seafood buffet? You remember that place?
I don't think I
10 years
ever
ago,
went to it.
probably.
Yeah.
Very good food. He would go over there and get all the oysters, and he would eat 9 plates of oysters to the point they seen him coming. And they said, oh no, he coming. And they went over and got everything off the bar, all the oysters, and took them to the back. People were mad, but yeah, he broke them. They actually come to the table and took his silverware away from him and said, "You go now, you done." That's true story. That happened. So, yeah, we know people like that. But anyway, let's talk about the AP Top 25. Anything surprising in you guys' mind?
That's what we're going to talk about? Not James Franklin?
We was getting there, but I mean, we could. Do you? Does anybody realize? I mean, did you really think? Was you shocked?
No.
I
was surprised
that they let him go that quick.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
we're in the era of NIL, and you win or go home, and you got 1, maybe 2 years, and everybody's saying, "What's it? Your coach is gone."
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So
that's what I was going to. If James Franklin gets fired, then because I said if he lost this past Saturday, he was going to be on a hotter seat more so than Billy. As it turned out, he was. He got fired. Well, Billy's now on the hottest seat there is. And I've read a few things this week saying, win or lose, Billy's out. That's insane. If he goes out and whips Mississippi State and then you say, okay, you're fired, what's that tell the players?
yeah, true.
Now, if he loses, sure, he's gone. Everybody knows it. He knows it. But if they win, and they win convincingly, they get a week off before Georgia, and let's be honest, Georgia's not looked like they've dominated anybody. Florida handled Texas pretty easily. They can do the same thing to Georgia. Well, then you're 4-4, and you've got Ole Miss, Tennessee, can't remember, Kentucky, and Florida State is your last 4. Well, you can get to 8-4 before the playoff game now. If you somehow get by the Bulldogs your next 2 games. Because Ole Miss, even though they're undefeated, they haven't, they had to bail out the win against Washington State, a 32-point favored underdog this past weekend. Tennessee, we know Tennessee's offense is good, but they don't do well on the road, and their defense is not good. It's a winnable game. Kentucky, I think poor old Stoops has...
Worst team in the SEC.
Yeah, I think so too. And then Florida State, they got out to a quick start, but they're starting to look a whole lot more like last year's team than 2 years ago team.
Is Norval's job on the line?
Yeah, if he keeps losing, absolutely.
No.
And Keith's at the Dodgers game, so there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, I got one point to say about James Franklin. If I'm Virginia Tech, if I'm Arkansas...
Oh, he's going to have offers. Plenty of them.
If I'm not that premier first level, can go get your guy, but need a good coach, absolutely taking James Franklin.
Sure. Look at his record at Penn State, and I understand he didn't win the big game, but he typically won the games he was supposed to win.
Yeah.
And if you get him at Virginia Tech, which I think they're going after Beamer. Now, I could get him back into the SEC as well. South Carolina would be a good landing spot for him. If Beamer were to decide, I'm going to follow Dad up to Blacksburg.
And he could have probably cashed out 3 years ago when Heupel did and took the Tennessee job.
Yeah.
His name was bandied around.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, he's not going to sit on the couch long unless he wants to.
Yeah.
Because he's got a full bank account now, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that shocked me is their boy Dan Mullen. Doesn't seem like he's interested in leaving UNLV.
Why would you? He saw what that getting into the big fire will do. At Mississippi State, he had it made. He comes to Florida. Oh, crap, I've actually got a recruit. And I love Dan Mullen, don't get me wrong. You put him somewhere where you're not supposed to win, he's going to win a lot more games than he's going to lose.
Yep, I agree.
So, how you feeling about Alabama, Tennessee this weekend?
Yeah, let let me say, I wrote down some notes where I agree with the line. 7, 8 points. Alabama probably 5 to 7 point better team on a neutral field. I think I love Ty Simpson. I've said that on here many times.
Absolutely.
I love Ty. He's a great kid. I do think Tennessee will have some success running the football. And if they can, then shorten the game. That's our best. This is one time Tennessee almost might need to rush for 250 yards and throw for 250 and 7 throw for 400 and rush for 150. It might be the path to win. Thought we might get Jamar McCoy back, the All-American cornerback, and it's obvious, which I don't blame him. He's a first-round pick. He's not going to be back healthy. You know, if he don't play it down at Tennessee this year, he's going somewhere in the first round.
Speaking of coming back early, what about Mateer?
I think a horrible decision.
Horrible decision. And that's where your coach has got to say, because every player's wanting to play.
Yeah.
The coach, you know what that told me? Venables didn't think he could win with his backup.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you said...
No, I think Joey Aguilar is capable of putting together a game that Tennessee wins. And kind of a Heisman-type effort and throwing for a bunch of yards. I know Ty Simpson is. I think we got to keep it simple, win the turnover battle, win the penalty battle. You got to depend on the staff to kind of come up with a new waggle. Alabama is still one of the most talented, if not the most talented team.
No question. They're 1, 2, or 3, talent-wise.
I think right now, 5 years in, I think Tennessee has the advantage on the sidelines with the staff. So,
in Knoxville, I would say yes. On the road,
I said it on River City Media on another podcast. Till we do it, I'm gonna have a doubt that we can do it, and that's go on the road and beat a top 10 team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible? Yeah.
Oh, sure, it's possible.
Do I believe it in my heart of hearts? Of course, I'm a little orange minion. It's a big battle. And
see, here's what I see. Alabama's defense isn't near as dominant as they were talking about at the start of the season.
No, their run defense is 108.
Alabama's defense is better than Tennessee's defense. Offense, if you want to give the slightest edge to Tennessee, okay, I'm with you. Even though running, I think, is, especially now that Bam Miller's back, I think it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Does Tennessee have the best receiver? Maybe. Maybe not. I think Alabama has the better receiving core. So, I think, and yes, turnovers are going to dictate 98% of the games anyway.
I think, I've said it before, we have a problem in the third quarter. And you know, that's coaching.
Sure.
We've struggled in the third quarter. If we can survive the third quarter, we've got a shot. But also, if you're going to tell me Alabama's going to go up 20, it's going to be 17 to 37, or I would say it's somewhere in the third quarter. I just, it's almost on the road, it's a phobia. You know, 2 years ago, we were up 20 on Alabama with Joe Milton and fell absolutely apart.
Mm-hmm.
So, I got to see us play 4 quarters. The only gambling bet I would think would be safe on this game, I think this game could go way into the 60s.
What's the over-under?
60.
Oh.
And I think it could be Alabama 45, Tennessee 24, or I think it could be 35-31 somebody.
I think I would actually take the under simply because I think you're on to something. I think both coaches are going to try to run the ball a little bit. Too short in the game.
Tennessee's only path to win is to need to, if they can put Ty Simpson in a situation where they can just cut the dogs loose, they do have a great pass rush. They have one of the better pass rushes in the SEC. So they've got to be able to, they've got to have an advantage where they can take away one area of the game, you know. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a real good game. I think Tennessee is a heartbreak team. Georgia was a great game. Ole Miss was a great game. Or Mississippi State was a great game. Arkansas ended up being a great game.
And it's because the defense isn't very good. They have yet to play a really explosive offensive team.
I think we made that fourth. I think we made a mistake in the Arkansas game when we had them on the ropes. And that was going to when it was 34-17. You had a chance to put them away. Bobby Petrino was very aggressive.
I will say this: the quarterback for Arkansas is good.
He's got great legs.
Yes.
He can throw a down the line ball. He's not going to beat you by looking for his third option. But when he can go back and have two options or pull the football down and run.
I don't know where he's at now, but before the game, he was second in passing and third in rushing in the SEC.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I think if Alabama wins this, you might see them win the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
I can see Texas A&M in the SEC championship game.
What do you think about Ole Miss?
I'm not a buyer. That's a bad Washington State team that took them 24-20. I think there's some L's out there for Mississippi State or Ole Miss. I'm not sure. I don't favor seeing them both play. I'm not sure. I don't prefer Mississippi State's game over Ole Miss.
Oh.
I think
I still like Austin Simmons a lot. If that dude gets healthy,
yeah,
he's a stud.
Yeah, and Mateer now in Oklahoma is kind of a mess. You don't lose to Texas and not have that come back to haunt you a little bit. The SEC is kind of a mess, to be honest. So this weekend,
I don't think it's a mess. I think this is the new norm. I think this is what it's going to be.
I agree with that.
If Tennessee loses this weekend, they're not out of it, even at 5-2. They'd have to be 10-2 to make it.
Well, the way they've kind of changed it, Randall, isn't it the top 12? So if they're 5-2 or they finish out with 2 losses, as long as they finish in the top 12 in rankings, they're in, right?
They've got to win 2 of 3, and Alabama, Florida, and Oklahoma. They got to win 2 and 3, and of course, you can throw Vandy in there. They got to win 3 or 4 with Vandy because Vandy's in Knoxville, but I still think it's a real game. I think that.
I think it's with Diego at quarterback, and again, I'm not trying to beat up on Tennessee's defense, but we've watched them all year. You can say they have a good pass rush. Well, you know how you defeat good pass rushes? You have a running quarterback. Mm-hmm. Diego is elusive. So
their
back 7 are not good. Their linebackers aren't good.
Well, I don't know if it's that or if the defensive coordinator's got them in a soft zone.
But that's everybody now. It's everybody plays a bend but don't break.
Yeah,
how often do you see man to man? You're even seeing it in the NFL now.
Yeah.
I disagree with the linebacker. I think we're okay at linebacker.
Okay, you can be okay. You're not great.
We're shockingly struggling at the star position, which is Boo Carter. So we're obviously Boo's little trip to California has set him behind. And the 2 corners are probably your 3rd and 4th. And Colton Hood has played great. The transfer from Colorado that come in the summer. And Ty Redmond's done what he can do as a true freshman. But Ty Redmond, I think, was targeted 17 times this last weekend. And he's going to get targeted that much this weekend, 17.
Well, and the thing is, but that's the thing. This week, can you name a Arkansas receiver? Probably not. Not unless you just remember from this weekend. We know what Alabama. You don't have just one receiver in Alabama. they're all going to get their chance to shine against Alabama. The DBs are.
I worry. I don't worry. I think Kalen DeBurr is capable of putting up a stinker too. So we'll see. Hey, but that's not even in the SEC. That's game 2. In most years, you got what, Georgia and Ole Miss earlier that day. That's what.
Yeah,
5.
they're 3:30.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good games this weekend.
Yeah.
Florida, Mississippi State. I'm interested to see what Mississippi State kind of laid an egg at Texas A&M, which I expected. After an emotional letdown at Tennessee, where they think they won the football game, had every right to think they were in the game, was going to win the game.
A&M, I'm still not blown away by them. Now, the first 3 possessions, they just bam, bam, bam. And I thought, holy crap, this is just like last year. But then Florida figured a few things out. Florida's going to win as much as their offense is able to win moving forward the rest of the season. Defense is going to keep them in the games, which it did. It was a 1-possession game going into the fourth quarter against A&M in College Station. I don't know. And if somehow Billy Napier survives, I do think the administration is going to say, look, you've got to hand the clipboard over as far as OC or you're gone. That's your options.
Yeah.
Whether you believe in it, because everybody loves running these bubble screens and all this. Everybody runs essentially the same offenses a lot of the times now. I hear the same. I hear every fan base griping about, well, we should do this, we should do that. Yes, and you should get paid $1 million for saying that because obviously you know more than the guys that have been in football their entire life. I don't listen to that crap. Now, when number 5 or 9, whatever number it was abusing the left tackle the entire game, and he only gave him help with the tight end a handful of times, that's when it's a coaching thing. You can't send 5 out if your quarterback can't get to his back foot and get rid of the ball. Now, Lagway looked a little disinterested the last half of the game, which is a little frustrating. But Napier should have double-teamed that guy until somebody else started getting the Lagway. And then maybe Florida could have continued, because, they scored relatively easy the first 2 out of 3 possessions they had. I thought it was going to be a shootout. And then all of a sudden, both defenses figured it out.
I will say this about college football. Ohio State, Indiana, Miami.
That Indiana game was a nice win. Really nice win.
Those 3 teams look like they're at a different level than everybody
else. I'm still not blown away because I don't love Indiana's quarterback. But yes, Ohio State and Miami do look like different level teams. But that can cool off that quick. I mean, nobody thought going into the tournament last year that Ohio State was close to what they ended up looking like. They had just lost at home to Michigan, and their quarterback looked like he couldn't hit the wall standing in front of it.
How about that Michigan USC game?
How about that? No, I picked that one. I picked USC to win. I'm not overly impressed with Michigan. I'm just not.
Oh, I'm not either. I think Michigan's not what they used to be at all.
And by used to be, you mean 2 years ago when they went undefeated and won a national title?
Yeah. They're not. Have they been that team since?
Oh, no. But now,
before that,
to be fair, well, no, they were good years leading to that.
Yeah.
I think it's Harbaugh. Them losing Harbaugh was their biggest loss.
Yeah. I agree. Now, biggest changes in the top 25. Oregon falls 5 spots to number 8. And Oklahoma drops 8 spots down to 14th. And Texas comes in at 21 and USC at 20. Neither one of them were ranked last week.
I'm okay with that because they both beat ranked teams.
Yeah, they did.
And Texas beat an undefeated ranked team.
Oh, looked horrible. Oh, I mean, Oklahoma looked as bad as they could look.
Yep, they did. I think it's in their head a little bit too. Texas has dominated the Red River rivalry for a little while now.
Yeah.
Now, is Indiana, where do you see? You see them going all the way into the finals?
Well, I feel like they could. I mean, they went into Oregon and they handled the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tied at the half, right?
Yeah.
But not for pick six. They pretty much dominate that game.
If Indiana goes to the playoffs,
I do think.
which we think they will, right?
Yeah, talking about Oklahoma and Oregon, I do think two guys fell out of the Heisman race. I don't think Oregon's quarterback's going to win. I don't think Oklahoma's quarterback's going to win. Not now.
No. But, Randall, do you see the coach at Indiana lasting after this year?
Yeah, because he signed a $100 million contract today.
Oh, so I didn't hear that news.
I didn't know that either. Oh,
They
Kurt, he wants to stay in Hoosierville? I'm surprised by that.
He makes $8.3 million a year in base salary now at Indiana.
I wonder what the buyout is.
Cow.
I think I read somewhere in the 50s.
So some
Holy
school that
cow.
really want him have to pay out $50 million just to get a chance to get him to come to their school.
I didn't realize till today he was 64 years old, though.
Well, I knew he'd been with Saban for a good while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't have known I didn't know he was 64.
I think if you go to the state of Texas and look in the mid-majors, you're going to find a lot of the answers to the coaches that's going to get jobs.
Here's my thing. Let me ask you this. Luke Fickell, everybody wanted that guy.
Maybe the most shocking flop that I've ever seen.
Does he get another chance at a big-time job?
I think so, but he needs to repair his reputation kind of like Kiffin did and like Stark did, and go sit under somebody for a year or two. Go sit under Ryan Day for a year or two.
He may have to. Because, yes, it's shocking. I thought that now, we know it's hard to get athletes to Wisconsin.
Yeah, but I'd say Wisconsin has out-recruited Indiana over the last 4 years.
Well, I don't disagree with you there. So, yes, it's...
Now.
Well, now, he did... Now, Kurt did bring in a ton of talent this past year.
Yeah, and you know, he had Michael Penix for 4 years when he first got there.
Yeah.
Before he went.
Yep.
That's the team that most shocks me in the top 25. I think Washington's a top 15 team, and they're just not there. I think Washington may be the best of the left coast teams, other than Oregon.
Very possible. Now, according to College Football Report, they signed a 8-year, $11.6 million annual extension.
Per.
Think about
That's
that.
$94 million.
Holy cow. Makes him the third highest paid coach in college football.
Kirby and Ryan
Now,
Day.
this deal
So
runs
he's paid
to
more than Dabo.
2033. Safe to say he's locked in with Indiana.
No question. No question. So he's out. Who's your... let me ask you this, because, you know, Lane Kiffin loves messing with everybody. So he's...
I think he stays.
I think he stays
he's
too. I think he's really using the Florida thing to his advantage. I don't think he leaves for Gainesville.
No. What the only job I know he might leave for would be the Alabama job.
Yeah, and it's not going to be open this year.
No.
Not unless DeBoer falls on his face and loses out. If he were to lose to Tennessee and Auburn and maybe one more, okay, he might get canned. Outside of that, they're not getting rid of him.
Yeah. Randall, what say you?
Is Lincoln Riley back in play? I mean, I don't think he likes it at SC. Making a ton of money, but I don't know that he likes it.
Well, that's what, he's making a ton of money. And yes, I mean, I'm sure if somebody come and said, hey, we'll pay you this to move back east, he would definitely talk.
And I think Matt Rule is headed for Penn State.
Yes, I think that one's going to happen.
I think J.G. Kine, the old quarterback, is headed to Oklahoma State. I would not doubt if somebody don't try to poach Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame. It'll be, but somebody could come in with a big dollar offer. I think Notre Dame's a place to win, but it's a little different to win there.
Yeah. I could see somebody coming after.
You got huge political backing there. Notre Dame is ranked. They've got 2 losses, and I looked at the rankings a while ago. They're ranked, let's see, at 13th with 4-2. They moved up 3 spots. And let's just pull up their. I'm just curious as who they played. Let me see if we can pull this up real quick.
Texas A&M in Miami, wasn't it?
Well, that's kind of what I want to look at. Let's see.
They play Navy either this week or next week.
Wait a minute. What's this?
Hey, I'll tell you another one that's going to get a job. The cat that was at Tennessee with Heupel that's at South Florida now.
Oh, yeah, I saw something on him today, and it's not an SEC school that they're talking about. Michigan State.
He's going to get a job.
Yes, he is.
And deserves it.
Sure.
All right, listen up to this. Tell me what y'all think about this one. UNC football, North Carolina's GM, Michael Lombardi, met with Saudi Arabia about potential investment. How do you feel about the Saudis getting involved in? They've already took over MMA and already taken on golf. They're getting into college football now. Well, what's your opinion about? I think that's one line they need to draw and say that you don't. I can see Saudi Arabia and MMA and WWE because they're an international thing. College is not international yet. NFL is.
No, but Greenbacks is international, and that's what it boils down to. That's just the truth.
What now?
Do I want them involved? No.
Do you think they're looking at maybe getting rid of Belichick? But wouldn't the Saudis say, "Hey, I'll put up the money to get rid of Belichick, but you got to get my guy in"?
Maybe. I don't. I mean, they don't play football over there. They never played football over there, and I know.
So why do they
I know
even
they're
wanna get
wanting to
involved?
expand.
Well, they got enough money; they can build fields. Randall, what say you on that?
I have trepidation about. I think college football needs to go less business, and I think it's headed. I think there's something coming to college football to kind of get NIL.
Oh, I think you bigger schools are going to dip out, and if North Carolina brings this on, as great as they are historically in basketball, I don't think the schools will have any problem saying we don't want you involved.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
we don't need you.
I think the Big Ten and the SEC has a 20. What is it now? Almost 36 teams into. They can pretty well support their own.
Absolutely, and they can make the rules for the NIL. Look, you don't have to come here. We're not asking you, telling you you have to come here. But if you do come here, this is what the guidelines. If you don't like it, go to Louisiana Tech. See if they'll pay you the millions you think you deserve to go play college football.
Hey, and interestingly enough, I know there's some big jobs out there, but I'm going to tell you, the recruiting base-wise, no one has the recruiting base Florida does. If I was
California and Texas.
Well, but open jobs right now, you know. Spurrier used to make that old line about he could get a top 5 class in his car. And that's about the truth with North Florida in that area.
When Urban Meyer said, because he was, Notre Dame was where everybody thought he was going to go. And when he took the Florida job, shortly thereafter, he's like, I'm 2 hours away from any kid I want to recruit. I don't have to fly all over the country to recruit kids. If I'm at Notre Dame, I would be traveling all the time. And Bobby Bowden famously said, I don't need the best player in the state of Florida at each position. Give me the third best player at each position from the state of Florida, and I will win a national title every 4 years.
Yeah. And that SC run, they recruited California kids and kept them home.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they did sprinkle, I mean, what's his name? Not Le'Veon Bell, White.
The other running back.
Yeah, he's from Colorado.
Yeah.
But Leiter was from right there. Reggie Bush was from not far away.
All those defensive studs that played in that California Scholastic football conference. But hey, Philo, I got a question for you.
All right.
Did you watch the Tennessee game?
Yeah.
Was there a point that you was about to throw your shoe through the TV? Because
Yeah.
I got as frustrated watching Tennessee and Arkansas as I've ever got as a Tennessee fan.
I was
Dumb serious.
I was very aggravated at Heupel because the whatever we call that, the soft defense, the soft zone, whatever. He doesn't play aggressive at all. He's okay winning it with a 3-point spread. He didn't put them away when he had the chance. He's never been that way, and that frustrates me to no end. But overall, I think our defensive front, those front four guys, big number 42, is impressive. They could be a little quicker, but they dominated that line, the line of scrimmage, and that's you still allowed 30. You allowed a team that was out of it 14 unanswered points.
Yeah, they were deep.
Pitiful.
The whole place felt different at 34-17. At 34-31, my blood pressure was 180 over 120. I bet.
Man, yeah. I got something interesting right here. I'm gonna see if I can get it to share on the screen. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. See what you think about this. If I can pull it up.
Quick update in baseball. Brewers Dodgers tied 1-1 in the bottom of the third.
Hey, that's been that's kind of built to something. I didn't know how good the Brewers was until I heard you talk about them, and they that could be a great series when it's over.
Oh yeah. Well, for those Kiss fans, Ace Frehley has passed away.
Oh no, I love that. I love
Frehley's Comet.
I love Ace. Met him at. Do you remember the old sandbar that later became the restaurant down there on
The Boathouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I saw Frehley's Comet at the Boathouse, and Ace would just go up to the bar and sit down and drink with anybody.
Nice. Well, he's done his swan song.
Yeah, that's.
But I mean, those guys, those 70 rockers were. I'm shocked some of them lived as long as they did.
All right, if you can see your screens, look up on the screen what I've got on the screen. This come off of Yahoo Sports, maybe? That's where it was at. I guess it is Yahoo Sports mid-season predictions. ACC champs, 4 out of the 5 say it's Miami, and 1 giving it to Georgia Tech. Big 12 champ, all 5 say Texas Tech. Big 10 champ, all 5 say Ohio State. SEC champ, 4 out of the 5 say Alabama.
The other one say A&M.
Says Texas.
What?
The G6 CFP rep, 4 say Memphis, 1 says Tulane. The biggest surprise of the year. 3 say Virginia, 1 says Indiana, 1 says Georgia Tech. I think it's an Indiana sweep, really. I think it. Biggest disappointment, they all agree Penn State. Does Bill Belichick make it through the season? 4 say yes, 1 says no. Heisman winner. 3 say Ty Simpson, 1 says Fernando Mendoza, and 1 says Jeremiah Smith. And then college football title game pick, one out of the 5 says Alabama over Ohio State. The other 4 say Ohio State over Alabama. What do you think about that?
I don't think Alabama's that dominant.
I don't think Ohio State's going to win it all.
Oh, nice. Interesting choice. Now, Randy, you don't think Alabama's that dominant. Do you think they make it to the title? Or do you think they get beat out?
I think it's wide open when everything breaks loose this year. I think this might be the year you just get a complete shot. This might be the year Texas Tech's in the title game.
Texas Tech and Indiana would be that'd be a cool title game because neither one of them's been there.
It wouldn't have a lot of you. It'd be like
It would, but still would be. I like that, though.
It would be like the Brewers against the
Blue Jays?
No, Blue Jays have a decent following.
You think they do?
I think they have a decent following.
Toronto. So Blue Jays and Orioles. I mean, Orioles and Brewers. Orioles, I don't think.
Yeah, Orioles and Brewers.
Or Texas Rangers.
Well, Texas is because they win a few years ago.
Astros have a big.
Astros have big fun. Everything's bigger than Texas.
Everything.
Texas has plenty of fans. I like the Orioles, Milwaukee.
Yeah,
that would
be a good.
That World Series nobody would watch.
No ratings.
I mean, they're begging for the Dodgers to win now.
Yeah,
because Seattle's a niche team. They have followers,
right?
But most of them live in Japan.
True.
They're big in Japan.
And that's what's interesting. All right, Randall, does Belichick make it through the year?
No, I don't think so.
But
I'm not too big about him.
I don't think he cares.
I think he makes
But I think he makes it through, yes.
I think he makes it through the season and is around for next season.
Well, now, I will say this, and I don't know if you saw it. I watched a little game day last week. And Saban, who, for better or worse, is buddies with Belichick.
Oh, they're big buddies.
And he didn't say a whole lot, but McAfee, who basically was the mouthpiece for Saban, I think, was saying, you got all this outside noise, everybody saying this and that. He said, but the people I talk to in the building say Belichick's 100% involved. The administration wants him there. They say he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can take that with a grain of salt, but that's what people that know more than you and I and Randall know.
Right.
Said.
Yeah. And that's very few people, but that's very
That's
few
very few. I mean, we do have the bat phone ready, waiting for Saban to call whenever he needs some Southern advice. Because, you know, West Virginia is a little different than
it is.
Down here.
It is. Now, biggest surprise. What team is the biggest surprise, Randall?
I think Indiana right now.
I agree. I don't see how it could be anybody but Indiana.
I think it's got to be Indiana. I mean, we all thought they got lucky last year. And when they played good teams, they got whipped. Buddy, year 2, they look like the real deal.
Hey,
that's a team that could make it to the finals, for real.
I think Indiana is buff because they are the stuff.
Now, the biggest surprise to me is Penn State followed closely by Clemson.
You mean the biggest disappointment?
It's the biggest surprise, whether it's good or bad.
It's true, but they've got it as biggest surprise and biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
Penn State, biggest disappointment. Do what?
But Indiana, I think if you would have I saw Virginia play in person last year. They're horrible.
Yeah.
The fact that they're even decent is, I mean, they were bad. They couldn't even get lined up game 1 of last year. So,
I love them because they beat Florida State.
Yeah, they did.
Tell
worldwide.
Tell me, Randall, why does Ty Simpson deserve to be Heisman winner?
Ty's a good kid, but I don't think he's a Heisman winner. I think
Politics.
I think there's too many people in the national media looking at that Georgia game and think it's Georgia and Alabama. And I kind of think it's still Georgia, it's still Alabama, but it's good Georgia and Alabama, not great Georgia and Alabama. So.
Now, title game, who do you have? I think we all agree. Well, who do you think the ACC champ's going to be?
It's going to be Miami.
That's what I think. Randall?
I think it's Miami, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Georgia Tech's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. I think they get one loss.
That's another kid. That's another coach going to get a job, Brent Gee.
Well, I'm telling you. Well, and what? Oh, what's his name? Lee? Is it Charlie Lee or
Charles Lee at Vandy?
Vandy? If that dude wants another job, he's gonna get another job.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna talk about Heisman Trophy names, the King kid at Georgia Tech should absolutely be in the conversation.
He should.
He carries the load, buddy.
And if Georgia Tech's not undefeated, if it wasn't for Haynes King, to me, if it's truly about the best player in the nation, it's Jeremiah Smith.
I can accept that.
Yeah.
All right, now let's kick gears to the NFL. So we talked college for most of the first hour. Let's kick it the rest of the way with the NFL, and then we will wrap up here in just a little bit. NFL. Let's look at our power rankings. Any surprises, you guys, from the NFL this week? Because power rankings definitely changed. Let me see if I could pull them out. There was something else too. Have you ever heard of the? Before we go to NFL, have either one of y'all heard of the SP Plus poll?
Yeah.
All right. According to the SP Plus, Ohio State is number 1, Oregon 2, Indiana 3, Texas Tech 4, Texas A&M 5, Oklahoma 6, Ole Miss 7, Missouri 8, Notre Dame 9, Texas is 10, Tennessee 11, Georgia 12, Alabama 13. I just thought that was odd. They have a different way. What they're saying is this doesn't count the big plays or the hard opponents or the easy opponents. It's just by statistics only. I thought that was weird. It's something I definitely want to look.
There's too many people.
That's how they do preseason.
Well, just like analytics in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Well, that's Moneyball.
Yeah. How many World Series did old Billy Bean win? Oakland?
I think none.
That'd be none.
Yeah, that'd be none.
You know who did win in Oakland? The guy went out and got the best players.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire and Bob Welch and Dave Stewart and Carney Lansford and Terry Steinbeck and Ricky Henderson and
you're just going off.
Hey,
Did Billy Bean have a decent year, or did he just
Well, Billy Bean, I mean, he did a good job, but now everybody is so ate up. If the Dodgers win the World Series, it ain't because Dave Robert knew analytics. It's because they got Freddie, Shohei, Mookie, Blake Snell, and they got the best players.
Right.
And the Oakland A's, even during Moneyball, had one of the best staffs money could buy.
Absolutely. They had Barry Zito, Tim Hudson, who was the other? They had the big lefty that ended up pitching at St. Louis, too. Mark Mulder.
Mark Mulder, yeah. Yeah, you run those out there 1, 2, and 3, you're going to win about 90.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Moneyball's a sham. I think analytics sucks. And launch angle is for slow pitch softball. Get a beer, go up there and swing at the lights and see what happens.
This is cool. Look at your phones. Both of y'all, can you see your phones? Of course, you got a little delay, but look at this, what we're putting up right now. Tell me when you see it. I can tell you because I'm watching the live feed, but those people that there's a little delay, but interesting, something I was just able to flip around and do, and kind of was looking at this. We're able to pull the screen, the live screens up. So, and as we get to this, I'll tell them because this time this catches up. But basically, what it is, it's ESPN's power rankings of football. And I've got it live on the screen, so as we go through these, so we can see them. Number one, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everybody at home can see what we're looking at. Tampa Bay Buccaneers is they jumped up 4 rankings. So they're saying right now, power-wise, Tampa Bay is the team to beat. You agree, disagree? We're going to go through these quick.
And they're doing it without Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and Bucky Irvin. Tampa's for real.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 2, that dropped down, that was number 1 last year's Detroit Lions.
They're still really good. They're loaded everywhere.
That was the NFC title game. I wouldn't be shocked.
Now, the Buffalo Bills dropped down 2. They got beat.
By Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's defense has finally found something.
Hey, Atlanta beat the drum out of Buffalo.
I still don't love their offense. Penix still isn't great, especially getting rid of the ball quick. He did do better. It seems like they've gotten his ear some because even when he's throwing incomplete passes, at least he's getting it out of his hand quick. He's not sitting there scatterbrained.
Right.
But defense has improved. The Falcons are decent. Buffalo's still really good.
All right, now we got Indianapolis. Hold on, there we go. Indianapolis is number 4. They moved up 5 ranking. Indianapolis looks good. Looks really good. Philadelphia Eagles at 5. Green Bay at 6. Los Angeles Rams at 7. Seattle at 8. That's surprising. They came up 11 spots. I still don't think they're an 8th ranked team. I just don't.
I'm not loving it, but Sam Darnold's proven
he's good.
He's
throwing
actually
darts.
good.
He's throwing really dark. Speaking of throwing Dilfer dimes, Dilfer was let go.
Yes, UAB got rid of him.
Yeah, and
Randall even posted something about it. It's very disappointing.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw Trent Dilfer do things in a pregame that never saw a coach do, and that's getting a circle and prayer. And then as his team come off, every coach got in the line and shook every player's team. Trent Dilfer's a good man.
Yeah. And somebody will pick him up. 9, Kansas City Chiefs. 10, Denver Broncos. I don't think the Chiefs are that good.
Yeah,
Denver
I think
Broncos.
Denver's fool's gold.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah, I do too. San Francisco 11, and my Steelers are 12. They jumped up 13 spots.
They'll be playing here in about an hour.
Yep, they're playing the Bengals
The
and Flacco.
dreadful Bengals.
Well, Flacco lost his first game with the Bengals. They're playing his second game with the Bengals.
He's better than Browning, but
I'll tell you who I'm very impressed with, and I never thought I would ever say this in 1,000 years, that the Steelers quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, is slinging him, son. He is as good as he's ever been.
no.
I think so.
No,
I think
He
this
can't.
man's got
He
it.
moves around like a 40-year-old now.
Well, he
can't.
He don't have to. He's throwing them on point.
I understand, but he ain't playing the best football he's ever played. Let me just stop you right there.
Well, he's not as mobile, but I think his accuracy is really good.
His accuracy's always
compared
been
to
good.
Russell Wilson's move
Oh,
ball
no
shot.
question.
So-
what did I tell you at the start of the season?
But there's somebody, we're going to look at this something. I want to bring this up in just a minute. Los Angeles Chargers 13, New England 14, Jacksonville 15, Atlanta 16, Washington Commanders 17, Vikings 18, Chicago 19, Houston Texans 20, Panthers 21, 22, your beloved Cowboys.
Their defense is last.
20,
Trash.
23, Arizona Cardinals. 24, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, they're awful.
But look who's on the rise, jumping up 5 spots, the New York Giants. I'm going to tell you, old Dart and Skidabo.
Yeah, I know.
Skidabo and Dart have making a team, son. be looking for the Giants towards the end of this year.
Let's see them win 2 in a row before we get too
I got excited. I got excited to watch them play, and I went, man, that combo is great. Vegas 26, Bengals 27, New Orleans 28, and Cleveland Browns 29, Miami 30, Tennessee Titans 31, and bringing up the rear, as always, the New York Jets.
I still think the
Jets.
I think the Jets are better than Tennessee. I think Tennessee's the worst team in the NFL.
I agree with that. But I thought that was interesting. We could actually pull the screen up so they could see live screens. But the other thing too is we have not went over our pick'ems. So I'm going to throw the pick'ems up real quick, and we're going to hit the college pick'ems. Let's pull this up. Bingo. Hold on, let's make sure. All right.
I think it's a horrible week, but I'm in second place now.
All right, so here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna do the Belos can't miss them. All right, Vanderbilt, LSU.
Oh, we're
at Vanderbilt. I think I'm gonna take LSU on that one. Georgia Tech. That might get number 10 over Duke. So I'm going to move that down to the 10th spot. Arizona at Houston. I'm taking Houston. I'm going to move them at number 8. Baylor and TCU. I'm taking TCU. And I'm putting them at 6. Oklahoma, South Carolina. I believe Oklahoma's going to come back and take out South Carolina. Georgia and Ole Miss. I'm going to have to go with the Dogs, but I'm going to put them in the number 1 spot because I'm not really sure that could, Ole Miss could definitely win. Let's see who else we got. Old Dominion and James Madison. Like, why do they put that in there? Penn State and Iowa. 79% of the country is picking Iowa. So Auburn and Missouri. I'm going to ride with Missouri on that one. And Utah and BYU. I have to go with BYU on that. And then the final score, the Georgia Ole Miss, points added together, I'm going to go 56, and I'm saving those picks. Now, all right, there is the entry level. And they're getting to see this on the screen, so I'm coming back to you guys, and y'all can kind of go over y'all's picks. Go ahead. D. Swain?
I'm going through mine. Right now I've got BYU at the 1 spot. I'll take TCU. And Randall, do you have yours picked done?
Yeah.
You go ahead and do yours, and then I'll follow
I
up.
have Utah beating BYU at 1. Vanderbilt over LSU at 2. Georgia over Ole Miss at 3. Iowa over Penn State at 4. Houston over Arizona at 5. TCU over Baylor 6. Oklahoma over South Carolina at 7. James Madison, where Kurt Signegi's from, 92% at number 8 over Old Dominion. Georgia Tech over Duke, number 9. And the Missouri Tigers over the Auburn Tigers at my number 10.
All right. So there is the college pickup. Now let's look at what the let me switch this back over.
You don't want to hear mine.
Oh, I thought you went over. Go ahead. Hold on. Let me pull you up.
Randall because I'm still picking.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
I got Ole Miss beating Georgia. I'm not real confident in that. I got them in the 1 spot, but
it can definitely be done.
It can happen. And Lane Kiffin called Kirby fat, so that's funny.
Called him fat.
Yeah. Well, they said you and Kirby are 2 of the more demonstrative coaches on the sidelines. Y'all must burn a lot of calories. He said, I just passed by Kirby. It doesn't look like he's burning a lot of calories. But they're buddies, and it's a jab like you and I would take at each other. But I still think it's funny.
It is.
I've got BYU in the 2 hole beating Utah. I picked against Utah. when they've won. I picked for Utah when they lost. So I don't know.
Right.
It's the Mormon Challenge out there this weekend.
Exactly.
I got TCU in the 3 spot
That's
beating
one thing
Baylor.
we do know. The Mormons are going to win.
The Mormons are going to win.
The
sure.
Mormons are going to win, yes.
I do have TCU in the 3 hole beating Baylor. Oklahoma in the 4 spot beating South Carolina. LSU at the 5 beating Virginia or Vanderbilt. Iowa at 6 beating Penn State. Penn State's in shambles. And now they got to go on the road with new coach, which sometimes they do play inspired, but I was solid. I got Houston beating Arizona at 7. Georgia Tech over Duke at 8. James Madison beating Old Dominion at the 9. And Mizzou beating Auburn at the 10. That could probably change. I may move it down a little bit because I really think Georgia Tech's going to beat Duke. So I may flip that. But yeah, there we go. And I know Georgia fans are going to say I'm just hating. I kind of am, and I accept that.
There's nothing wrong with hate a little bit.
Yeah, if y'all pick Florida to lose to Florida State, you're going to do it simply because you hate Florida.
Yeah.
It's at Florida. Florida's going to win. Tennessee fans are going to pick Tennessee to beat Florida, even though they haven't beat Florida in this century. Well, they did the very start of this century in Gainesville. They haven't. That's just the truth.
You don't think Tennessee could beat them this year?
No.
Randall?
Man, I got to get through Alabama, Tennessee this week.
He's not saying earlier in the year he was ready to.
I still think Tennessee's beating Florida down there.
Yeah, because it happens so often.
But, you know.
How many kids on Tennessee team was alive the last time Tennessee won in Florida?
You know, Kyle Pitts got James Pierce after the practice the other day, brought that up, and James Pierce looked at him and said, I won 2 of 3.
He won 0 of 1 then in Gainesville.
Let's just see how we do this week. I'm all in on. Everybody hates Florida, but I hate Alabama worse than any team in that we play. So
I get it.
I'm not ready to move on yet.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to overlook this game. You want to. I understand. I was simply pointing out. Sure, I don't like Georgia. It's not that, and it's really not that I like Georgia. I like Georgia fans in general because they're beyond entitled and arrogant and millennial attitudes. I can't stand it. So, yeah. But, I mean, Ole Miss is undefeated. And, again, if Austin Simmons comes in, is healthy this week, I think that dude's really good. And Ole Miss beat Georgia last year. It's not like it would be out of thin air, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's, yeah.
Here is something interesting. I'm gonna put this on the screen because I think it's funny. Urban Meyer, empathetic. Is that right? Empathetic. Emphatic. Sorry, the PH does me off. Emphatic. Did I say that right? Emphatic.
I don't
that
know.
Indiana can win the national championship.
Well, haven't all 3 of us sit on here and said Indiana can win it?
Absolutely, yes, he says. Do you think they win it this year?
I don't think he's saying they will win it.
No, he said they can.
I think we all think they can. Randall, you think Indiana can win it, don't you?
Yes.
Sure.
I think they're, yes.
They're one of the 12 best teams.
Very, very much so.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best 5 teams that I've seen.
Best 5 or 6, yeah. But I still wasn't in love with Oregon.
And this is interesting. ESPN College Game Day announces who the guest picker is for Ole Miss versus Georgia. Without looking, who do you think it is?
Jelly Roll.
Randall, what say you?
What's that? Ole Miss, Katy Perry.
It's actually Jelly Roll. So you already knew that. I did not know that.
I'm just a great guesser.
Well, that and you read ESPN, but yeah. So
I thought Randall would know because him and Jelly Roll are boys.
I thought, yeah, he's got him on speed
I would
dial.
think Jelly Roll would be at the Tennessee game because he's a Tennessee fan, but I guess not.
Well, when ESPN calls, and he's got enough money, he can be at game day and still be at the Tennessee game.
That's true. That's true.
Nobody said he was staying for the Ole Miss Georgia game.
Very true.
A buddy of mine, I won't name the person, but a very affluent, well-off individual that has one of the bigger businesses in Chattanooga calls my buddy last week, the guy I always go watch the games at his house, says, Chipper, what are you doing? He said, I am headed back home from a cheerleading competition. He was like, he said, I'll be home around 2. He said, perfect. Meet me at the airport at 3. I've got 2 tickets to Georgia Auburn. We'll take my jet down. Leave it. It's filled up. We'll leave at 3:30. Because it's an hour behind. So.
Yeah. Did he go?
No. He would have had to cancel. And there was a bunch of people coming over last week to watch the Georgia Auburn game. He would have had to have bailed on everybody. But yeah, he was one phone call away from flying to Auburn and flying back home from Auburn, all in an evening.
Man.
And a free ticket to the Auburn Georgia game.
Hey, if I ever win the lottery, don't look for me on the weekend. That's all I'm going to say.
All I'm going to say is I better every other year, because I don't want to go to Knoxville to watch Florida play. I'm not going to Florida, or I'm not going to Knoxville, and I'm not going to Tallahassee. That's just that simple. But every other year, we better be going to Gainesville, and we need to take in the cocktail party sometime. It's a blast.
Yeah, I could do that. And there's certain places it's fun to go, no matter if you're a fan or not. Hey, the Grove is one of my favorite places to go.
Well, that's what everybody says. I think I'm too old now. I don't feel like.
Yeah, I was college age when I was there.
Right. Yeah. I wished I had went back during that era, but I didn't. So Chanel number 5 and bourbon is what's Colin Cowherd. That's how he describes the Grove.
If you had that jet, you'd go watch Georgia and Ole Miss, then catch it and go see Alabama, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Easy.
Now, I went to Auburn years and years ago, me and a couple of buddies, and watched Florida Auburn on the plains. It was Warfel's junior year. He threw for 8 million yards and could have threw for 8 million more. It was. We said it. Have you been to Auburn Stadium before?
Yes.
At the very top, it's the platform top where you can stand up there at the wall. We stood up there, and you could just see how wide open the receivers were. Well,
I may have been at that same game.
you might have been. This was Peyton's freshman or sophomore year, the first time he played in Tuscaloosa. And when we left, a buddy called and said, hey, I got tickets to Alabama, Tennessee if y'all want to come his way. Only thing is, Corey got sick and needed to get out of his clothes, so we didn't go. But that's the first time Tennessee had beat Alabama in a good while.
I did that trip.
Okay.
Florida Auburn used to be a great series.
Yep. I kind of thought they would be one of their 3 rivals starting next year.
I would have rather seen Florida Auburn than, I don't know, Florida LSU became to mean so much.
Oh, Florida LSU was a good rivalry. And you couldn't take Georgia or Alabama away from Auburn, so I get it.
Yeah, I got it. I'm not sure I'm crazy about Vanderbilt and Kentucky every year. I think you couldn't take Vandy away from Tennessee, but yeah, would it have been so bad if you played Tennessee, South Carolina, or Tennessee, somebody else? Just not.
Well, it's just 4 years, so things may shake out a little different after the first 4 years. I don't know.
Yep. I did get Tennessee's 3 biggest rival. It's just, and today Vandy's a real good football program. But 4 years from now, will they be?
Right.
All right, so we got just a few minutes left. Y'all went silent on me. I was scrolling here trying to find. I was looking at, it said Joey Aguilar was like 100. Let's see, what was his? This is interesting. 126 nationally. It's his national ranking. And it said position number 2. So I didn't know actually what that actually means. I was trying to find that up when y'all just stopped talking.
Well, I tell you what, Joey Aguilar was out of high school. Anybody from Maryville to Pikeville to Arkansas State to Sewanee would have had a scholarship. They could have had Joey Aguilar. So shout out to him. He's same thing with Diego Pave.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to New Mexico Military Institute for 2 years. These cats weren't five stars. Congratulations. You know, they've battled it the long way. Ty Simpson was a 5-star, and where everybody else would have transferred out of Alabama, he stayed for 3 years to get his opportunity. So shout out to Ty.
Well, I mean, same thing with Arch. Now, if you want to go down that road.
Yeah. Yeah, and Arch could have left anytime.
Anytime. And made the same money.
Yes. Yes. And hey.
And now we need to give Arch some credit. If anybody that watched the Oklahoma-Texas game, I know his numbers weren't gaudy. He made a couple of big runs to sustain drives, and he made a couple of really good throws.
Yeah.
Made good decisions.
Made really good decisions. If you go and trash him for losing, you got to praise him when he wins. And he was as big a reason as anybody that they won that game.
Yes. Yes. And you know, and he wasn't close.
No.
That was the better football team that day.
That's just true.
And I think we could have 2 really defining games. I think Tennessee could get exposed for a fraud. Also think Ole Miss could. In a way, I think Georgia could. I don't see that happening with Alabama. Even if they lose to Tennessee, it's just the talent level is too. I don't think people get that Alabama's talent level is with Ohio State. I don't think they understand that, but that's how talented Alabama is.
Alabama's as talented as everyone.
Yeah.
Ohio State looks nice. You know, I've seen all kinds of debates. Is Indiana and Ohio State as good as any SEC team? Probably. Depth-wise, there's not an argument. It's not close as far as depth goes. So, but it looks like it's quitting time.
It is getting close to there. Time for last-minute shout-outs. Let's start with BB.
Yeah, he ain't here.
No, I know, but on the screen, I've got Tully's picture up.
Okay.
And so he's kind of quiet tonight.
He's been really quiet, yeah.
He has been really quiet tonight, so BB's not real talkative. So, Randall, you want to give us your closing comments and shout-outs?
October the 25th, National Guard Armory, Dunlap, Tennessee. Second to last ever wrestling appearance for Randall Cunningham.
Second to last, huh?
I am
the penultimate. Maybe we should make it to the ultimate.
Yeah, I'm going to the ring with the Butcher Brothers, and we'll see what happens. And matter of fact, as soon as I hang up here at 8 o'clock on River City Media, Uncle Zeke from the Butcher Brothers is live on the air.
I think you need to slap the taste out of Uncle Zeke's mouth.
Yeah,
I saw him getting on you the other day. I don't think you need to put up with that nonsense.
Uncle Zeke is making it hard on me. I'll put it that way.
All right. D. Swain?
I want to give it a shout out. I mean, I love all my kids. I love my girls. Words can't express how much I love my girls, but I'm going to shout out my boy, Ryan Mattingly Swaney, because he's in Fort Sill. He's officially a military man. I know that's quite controversial in some parts of the country now, but he is a great boy, becoming a great man, and I miss him something terrible, but I do get to talk to him for a few minutes every Sunday, and his goal is to be the top. He told me what it's called, like the Iron Man or whatever, some award they give out at the end of basic training. He's in first place right now. That's his goal, is to win it. And what's funny is he said, he's a couple years older than most of the kids that are there, because he worked for a couple years after getting out of high school before he went in. But apparently it's him and this other dude, has the same mindset and ability. They call Ryan Captain America and this other boy G.I. Joe. So I think it'll be down to those two, but they started their artillery training this week. He got to shoot. He qualified the first time he sit down, which doesn't surprise me at all. He loves firing a gun. But he said they were doing more of the loading because his job is on one of those mobile artillery shooting vehicles.
Yeah. So
he was working more on the loading than he was the shooting. But he was at the range every day last week and this week. I'm looking forward to hearing from him Sunday. But, yeah, my shout-out goes to my kid, Ryan. And I think everybody around here knows how I feel about him.
And with that being said, we do appreciate everybody watching. And big shout out to Heiser Nation. I see where Hunter come in from his tournament, and he is back now, and we'll have to get a check-in with him at some point in the future. He's been running tournaments out at Happy Valley, so big shout out to them and Battlefield Outdoors for helping make this possible, and as well as America Print Online. If you're looking for your Below and the Boys merch, it is at America Print Online. So you can go to American Print Online. We have shirts, jackets, or shirts, hats, hoodies, mouse pads, stickers, everything. Everything you can think of from Below and the Boys is the merch store, is America Print Online. We encourage you to go out there. But we do appreciate everybody watching and everybody tuning in. And as always, go Vols. And go Old Miss.
Woo-woo.
So we appreciate you watching. Take care. Go to church somewhere this weekend. May God richly bless you. We are out.
Amen.
Amen. Hey, speaking of churches,